Well, all good things come to an end, even the International Radio Festival. And Normski, the common denominator through the whole festival, the linker, the anchorman, the troubleshooter, the friend, the crying shoulder.
Oh, another cry baby.
Yeah, cry baby. Well, what more can I say? We're here. Normski, what can I say? Thank you very much for your hard effort. Your constant being there, just kind of like a genie. Just have to rub the lamp and you're there, troubleshooting and just keeping everybody happy between going off and coming on. What are your most vivid impressions of the festival so far?
I think the most vivid impressions are probably interacting with so many different sounds, so many different people, cultures, and I guess also ways of creating sort of radio and broadcasts. That obviously, which is what the festival is about. But actually, I had no idea that when we said over 50 radio stations and broadcasters from around the world, it's just been unbelievable. And it's like I've just had like 10 years worth of radio experience, in sort of 18 days. Incredible. Obviously, coming up to the very end now, having been here for, just under 3 weeks, I am feeling that kind of the drop you get after the major high. And we've been high for every single day was different. The programming, how one can program days across weeks and have such brilliant sort of flow, always kind of a nice up and down, but always seeming to go up and up each day, never anything too like, oh, that was out of place. I could just quite overwhelmed, to be honest, at the success, and also its progression from last year, which was, if I remember rightly, a 6-day festival with it probably felt like about 30 different shows, or maybe 5 or 6 a day. And the same amount this year, but 3 times as much. But every day, was like it started again. For me, this has been amazing because I do love Zurich, and what's happened this trip in Zurich is I've come to Zurich and the world's come to me. So I've kind of, last night I was in South Africa, and I was in South Africa. I mean, we had... that
was incredible, wasn't it?
That was incredible. Erica L, a 5FM crew, DJ Cleo, who's like the biggest producer out of South Africa, nicest, most humblest guy. Little pixie, little singer, little diva singer, really good voice.
Other highlights from the festival?
Oh my goodness me!
Too much, really, isn't it? To kind of try and
there's always a highlight. I mean, I met so many great people, and and there were times when I was like, really exhausted from the night before, the day before. You're going to have those moments when you're working every single day, with not a single day off. And it was always those days, like the last weekend when the sun was really burning and it was really beating down, and then we had the Ibiza day. The Ibiza guys come in from the morning. It's a chilled. They
brought Ibiza with them, really, didn't they?
Ibiza with them.
Not just the sand in the flip-flops, but the whole environment.
Seriously, and I've been there a few times, and and there were moments when I was just sitting there staring at Kalanderplatz, looking at the blue sky, watching the tarmac melt, and in my mind's eye, it was sand, and I was just outside Cafe Mambo, really, and it was amazing. I mean, even last night, again going back to last night, from Bangkok.
Fat FM.
Fat FM, Fat Radio, from Bangkok, Thailand.
If you wanted to listen to how the world sounds, you had to listen to that.
Seriously, it was a time warp. I thought I was in like a kind of Thai titty bar. It was like 1978. It was just such a warp, and everything was done in native tongue. So, even though you didn't quite understand a lot of the various shows, what keeps it all together and keeps us all together throughout the world is the music.
the festival has certainly shown me how mobile and compact radio is. I mean, I remember in my day, you know, kind of the Radio 1 roadshow, they brought almost like the whole of BBC,
Yeah.
you know, the whole of Whitechapel with them.
Trucks.
Yeah, trucks,
Lorries and
everything.
trucks, yeah.
Everything trucks, and now it's this.
Well,
You know, it's that with an ISDN line.
well, yeah, but that's okay. So you're pointing at a simple setup, 2 CD players, mixing desk, and we've got the hookup to the web and stuff. Let's talk about Living Room. Or was it Last FM?
No, Living Room.
It was Living Room. Living Room were here last year, you know, kind of computer genius kind of guys, you know, kind of up to the high-tech kind of IT stuff with broadcast and multimedia, etc. They turned up this year with a case that looked like, when you opened it, it was going to have like a power drill in it, you know, like one power tool. You open the case up, it's got the smallest Mac in it. They've drilled holes in the side of it. It's got inputs, outputs, and everything. That was the radio station in a case. It, you know, it was literally smaller than my smallest CD and record bag. So, you know, last night, again, the guys from Bangkok, one guy's got his iPhone, the other guy's got an iPad, and then they've got another little laptop, and that's the radio show. Everything's there. Then you've got, you know, people who've prepared their show in their environment, and they've come along like Shiva did today, Piraten Radio, Zurich. She's such a perfectionist. She was a little bit concerned about having to use the studio that she wasn't used to, and she wanted it to be perfect. So she prepared her show in her own environment, came along with a memory stick that was the shape of a mini. Put that in, wallop, 2 hours, perfect radio. So by any means necessary, but then at the same time, you know, it was a beautiful thing when some of the DJs turned up with vinyl. You know, we are in the future now, and you know, there is an incredible amount of online activity, and you know, it's just, again, that is a freedom of expression just there in itself, you know.
Radio is a freedom of expression, actually. That's why it's been controlled for so long. Norm, I'm going to have another talk with you later.
Yes.
Again.
Yes, we need to
What I have to
celebrate.
say is, you know, this is still live International Radio Festival time, and you've got exactly 6 minutes to get to our other studio, the Papiersaal, and do the changeover from, I think it's Move On from Strasbourg. Right on from Strasbourg to Jeremy Soul from KCRW, LA.
That's right.
Off you go.
I will run, but I'd just like to let you know, one of the other things that has been a highlight of this particular festival this year is that, yes, where we're sat now is in the Urbano Bar in the 4 Points Hotel, where I did my breakfast shows from. We have the other studio, which I know the viewers have seen, which is the Burns Energy Studio, which is in the middle, which is approximately about 50 metres. I was going to say 1,000 yards, 50 metres away. Then across the Kalanderplatz, up 3 floors in a lift, I must admit, and then to the end of the humongous venue that the Papiersaal is our third place. And so one of the highlights of this festival for me is getting and keeping very fit. And at that point of the conversation, I need to run.